It is Tuesday, June 16th, 2020. I'm Pastor Thor Ramsey with Center Church. Welcome to Gospel for Five, where we take 5 minutes out of our day and focus on the gospel and the one who saved our souls. As I mentioned yesterday, this week we're wrapping up the Psalms, but all this week we're going to focus on Psalms, emphasizing the love of God in the gospel, the good news of His Son, Jesus Christ. And we're going to look at Psalm 63 today, and I love the encouragement of this because here's the idea. Your disappointment will not last. Whatever is disappointing you right now, whatever you feel disappointment about, will not last. A lot of us have this idea, again, of lost opportunity in life that we can never regain. That even won't last. So let's look at Psalm 63. And I'm reading this week from the New Living Translation. I'll refer to the ESV every now and then, but I've been reading the New Living Translation in my daily devotional, so I'm just going to go with that. O God, you are my God. I earnestly search for you. My soul thirsts for you. My whole body longs for you in this parched and weary land where there is no water. So here we have a person who is just not spiritually satisfied. Let's put it that way. This person, for whatever reason in their life, is not in a place where they feel near God. They don't feel content. They don't feel satisfied with life. Though they have in the past. I have seen you in the sanctuary and gazed upon your power and glory. This is how they know they're not spiritually satisfied, because in the past they have been. They have been to God's sanctuary. They have worshiped with God's people. Right? They've been in the social setting of the gathering of God's people and experienced the power and mercy of God in corporate worship. So they have been spiritually satisfied in the past. That's how now they know something is off, or they feel like something's off. And then he says this. Here's the key verse we're going to focus on. Your unfailing love is better than life itself. How I praise you. So here's a person. They're spiritually unsatisfied. They know that they've experienced God's power and glory and love in the past, and they just remind themselves again, your unfailing love is better than life itself. There's the key. That the love of God in Jesus Christ is better than the very existence we have on this earth. Now, when you begin to think about that and take that to its logical conclusions, what does that mean? That God's unfailing love in Jesus Christ that He has shown us in the gospel is better than this life. Well, that means whatever disappointment you have right now, whatever you feel disappointed about in the past. Now let's focus for a moment on lost opportunity, because I know I've mentioned this before in sermons, and there's an entire sermon from years ago, probably 4 years ago, where I emphasized this very point. And it stuck with me personally because it was so personal to me. But it's this idea of lost opportunity. Many of you feel lost opportunity, never to be gained again. That's what we mean by lost opportunity. It's lost. You can never go back and redo that, right? Maybe it's from 5 years ago. Maybe it's from 15 years ago. Maybe it's from when you were in high school. Maybe it's from when you were in college. But you can remember the timeline of your life, and you made a decision, and you look back now and you go, it was the wrong, I had 2 roads to take, and I chose the wrong road. And so whatever opportunity that other road presented is lost now. You can't go back and remake that decision. You can't go back and relive your life and make a different decision. So you feel this lost opportunity, and it presents itself in kind of a spiritual depression where you feel what the psalmist talks about in this spiritual dissatisfaction, but not just with your relationship with God, with life itself. You've lost that opportunity. But he says this, your love is better than life itself. So even though now we get glimpses of how incredibly wonderful it is to actually experience the presence of God in our life, and this is a Tim Keller quote that I used a different scripture at the time, I think, to emphasize this reality, but this verse emphasizes it too. And the quote is this. Now, I might be paraphrasing him now because I don't have the quote in front of me, but it goes like this. The resurrection of Jesus Christ is our guarantee that we will miss nothing. That's really what this verse is saying. His love is better than our very existence, which means whatever disappointment you have now will be washed away. Whatever lost opportunities you have in the past will never plague you, because when you are with Christ, when you are resurrected yourself because of the resurrection of Jesus Christ, when you're in the new heavens and the new earth, the resurrection is our guarantee that you will miss nothing. Now that is always encouraging to my soul. Now, what has God said to you today?